So the mission of the Emeryville Police Department is to protect life and property and to provide a safe and respectful environment for people to live, work, and play here. And we do that through fair and impartial policing and in partnership with our community. The national narrative on policing today and on our police culture is very negative, and it demands that we have reform. So a lot is happening in the reform of policing practices. Not a lot of attention is being given to performance under stress.
25 to 30% of police officers have some kind of physical adverse effect from police stress. Their life expectancy is 21.9 years less than their civilian cohorts.
Some of the common stress and health effects are just lack of sleep, lack of concentration, a lack of being present, not being able to let the job go, and just being stressed out, and borderline depressed.
When we look at police reform, we ought to be including officer wellness in the equation.
So mindfulness-based resilience training is a series of body-based type of interventions that get officers in touch with the ability to recognize symptoms and sensations that clue them in that they are in a fight or flight response. So they might be at home and they don't need to be in a fight or flight response.
We're trying to bring a reform to law enforcement, implementing mindfulness techniques, mindfulness practice into the officers' day-to-day time on the job here, as well as at home.
Finally, we have something that's focused on the individual officer and getting them through their career.
Concerning the research from Pacific University and the mindfulness-based resilience training, the results of those training in a pilot study showed that officers had significant increases in resilience, emotional intelligence, and mental and physical health. They had decreases in sleep deprivation, sleep disturbances, fatigue, organizational stress.
So we have a meditation room at the police department. It is a room where officers and staff can go and take some time out. They can meditate and just gather themselves.
They can come in here and regulate themselves, quiet their system, get it back into that window of tolerance, go back out on the street and do a better job.
We introduced Biofeedback Gadgets. This is called Aspire. It clips on to your belt and it vibrates if you've been tense. Heart Math, it's a heart rate variability app, and you can see when your breathing is calm, when you're in that zone of coherence. So it's just that physical cue to regulate your breathing, get yourself back into a calm state.
So the training is really successful through mindfulness-based resilience training.
It's a good program. I think there's benefits to it. I think the earlier we can get mindfulness into law enforcement officers in their career, the long-term effects are going to be very good.
I have talked with officers here who are using mindfulness and mindfulness-based resiliency training, and they have noticed a change in themselves. They notice that they have that ability to respond rather than react. They start out the day better and finish the day better.
Mindfulness-based resiliency has helped me so much with being present in everything that's going on. Being present in the moment, living in the now, not worrying about what's going to happen, not worrying about what just happened, not thinking about what can happen, but just being here, being present, being ready to handle whatever comes my way.
Mindfulness-based resilience training is extremely important to me. First and foremost because my son is a police officer. And the more I study somatic psychology and the effects of trauma and chronic stress on individuals, and when I translate that to police officers, I am very concerned. And so I believe that by practicing mindfulness-based resilience training, officers have better health and mental well-being, better relationships at home, less domestic violence, less anger management problems.
These officers are in their early 20s, you know, a full career. They got 30 years to do this. This is something that could help them have a better career, better life outside of law enforcement.
We're actually able to focus on it. We're actually recognizing all of the damage that the years of stress and the accumulated stress can do, and taking steps to avoid that. And the end result is that we're offering a better product to the community, a better service to the community.
So in our policing culture, what we have to do is really teach our officers through mindfulness resiliency that you can come up to your vigilant state, but then let's teach them to come back down to a place where their body is calm, their mind is calm, and they're not in that constant state of cortisol building stress condition. So we should be taking care of our officers. They care about this community, and they so often go above and beyond the call of duty for this community and the members we serve.